Hey guys, welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new book and choices that came out for non VIPs just recently, and that is A Night in New York. So basically, this is a fantasy book, and I think I would like to know your opinions about it. But personally, I would think this is after a while they have done this kind of a fantasy book where they kind of mix up old time and the new time, and this is really amazing. So if you've read it, basically the plot of this is that there is a TV show of Dream Heaven where there is a prince or princess depending on which gender you choose, and the main character is gender of choice, which is a big plus, because most historical, this kind of period books, they were gender locked. I might be wrong, but most of them were. I remember that one, King Arthur and the Night one. So basically, we have a somewhat city life, Basically, nothing happens, and we're just fed up with it. We're trying dating apps, but they're not working in our favor. People are ghosting us or just replying with K's. You know how it happens. So kind of fed up, and we have this dream of. I chose Henrietta, so I'm gonna talk about from her perspective, but I don't know what I think it's Henry. If you choose a male one, please let me know in the comments. So basically what happens is that we have a dream, like they're coming to see us, kind of secret escapee kind of thing. So basically then our dream, that was a dream. So when we wake up from the dream, we realize, no, this is just a dream, and then we watch the season that she Henrietta in the television show, she actually stole from the royal treasury, I believe, to feed the poor. And two of the knights, I think they are Jack and Jill. So they are Queen's kind of henchmen, and they're the evil guys here. And there's a little fluffy, like Rufus thing, like a rat kind of thing, like a rodent kind of thing. That also evil. So they try to chase Henrietta, but Henrietta catches her horse, I believe, and you know she flies from there. So flees from there. So basically, we see that on the television. Suddenly, the electricity goes off, and we're like, okay, good, electricity's gone off. And also in the show, Henrietta wishes that she's alone for a long time, and this is so hard fighting evil all by herself. She wishes to find her true love, and there's a shooting star. At the same time, we wish the same thing, and there's also a shooting star, and the power goes off. And then we're trying to figure out what happened, and suddenly there was it. We thought we were dreaming or tripping, but there was a Rufus, the rodent thing, trying to attack us. First of all, we're just like, okay, this is a dream again. But when it attacks us, we're like, okay, this is serious. So we come out of the street, and we can attack it with the trash cans, and then Henrietta will step in and will scare it away, and we'll be totally shocked, like a character from Dream Heaven show just popped out in the real world, like what's happening. And then we will understand that their world actually exists. So this is kind of cartoonish stuff, like parallel worlds exist, and this is a great things I had watched in cartoons. This is happening, and I think this concept is quite cool. So then the adventure starts. The daily mundane life of the main character changes. A princess or prince, literal prince, they're knight, they're there in New York. And then there's a medallion on her neck, and we try to that glows whenever the Rufus is nearby, because Rufus is the way to her world, because that knows where the portal opens. So we have to chase it down. So we literally go on a rat chase through New York City, and there's a lot of fun scenes, because definitely it's a big shock, like when she sees this kind of cars, a lot of things, and tries to cross the road. She dresses them as metal beast, and we had teach them how to cross the road, the signals and signs. And also there's a horse ride. We are behind her, and sitting behind her, and chase Rufus to New York City. And finally, when we tried to find Rufus, sorry, it escaped down the manhole. So down the gutter, in the sewer it went. So basically that was it. Then we say like, okay, you can take her to the restaurant and give her a taste of your current world food, and then you can bring her home and just let her sleep for the night. And the next morning you say like you're gonna find Rufus, but your boss messages you that even it's a weekend you have to go for the meeting. Then on the elevator, before going there, you can in a diamond scene give Henrietta some tips and some lessons on how to use the bathroom, the sink, and everything. And she's a quick learner, so it's a cultural shock for them. A lot of things are common, but the most few things are common actually. Sorry, but she learns them. And then we go to office to talk to the best friend, and actually there are tapes on social media. So she thinks her best friend that we are running around in New York City with a cosplayer. Like, what's happening? We try to tell them, but of course no one's gonna believe it. And the meeting was going, and suddenly we hear from the intercom that there's a cosplayer who's looking for us. And then we go down there and we're like, okay, screw it, I'm going to help Henrietta. And then we ask her how she got here. She was like, okay, basically she committed theft. She basically pissed off some crows and some other things, and then finally asked a rat because she can talk to animals and wildlife. So that's how she got to us. And then again we go to our rat chase, and we chase Rufus through the city again. And finally we see it going to a rooftop, in a greenhouse on the rooftop in one of the New York buildings. And we go there and we see it, the portal, so Henrietta can finally go through. But wait, there's a twist. Jack and Jill are there, so they were actually hiding behind bushes, and they come out, they ambush. So they can't fight Henrietta with their sword, but they use magic. So they throw a potion, and the vines grow and basically capture her. So she was being dragged to the portal because she was gonna take into the queen. So there was Rufus, there was Jack and Jill, and they say like they have nothing against us, so you can just quietly go away. But there's a diamond scene where you can take one of the magical vials, you can steal it, and basically give health to them. And there are boom potion and null potion, so you can take them and we can use it against them and finally free Henrietta. But in the process, if we use the boom potion, it actually destroys the portal. And the portal is destroyed, and a lot of tiny stars are generated from it, and they get thrown into every corner and nook of New York City. So basically then we have to escape. So basically what I understood, Jack and Jill with Rufus is also stuck in this world, and Henrietta is of course there. And they try to attack us again, but then we flee and come to our apartment. So we talk with Henrietta for the last time in this chapter 2, and she says there's only one way to go back to her world now. Even the portal is destroyed, the part of the portal, the stars, they are in some parts of the New York City, and we have to collect them. And if they are completed, then the portal will open, and her Mandelian will point out to the stars. So what I believe it's going to be the kind of same thing. So for 10th or 12th chapter, we're going to try to find the stars. This is gonna be, and in the process you have to face Jack, Jill, and other problems she has to deal with New York. She also changes her dress also in the diamond scene, when we get to change that too. So I think half of the book is going to be about finding the stars, and finally when we make the portal, I think something will happen. We'll be given a choice whether we want to go to her place to live with her, because we'll fall in love with each other by that time, or they will stay in New York. So that's a big choice that will come at the end. I'm sure this is how it's gonna go. And but for most part of the book, I would say she's gonna stay in New York, because it says night in New York. So definitely for the most part it's gonna be like that until the ultimate choice, I believe. Let me know guys your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But this is a great book, and it's a great sign. I actually like this book, and after a while, a new book, there's Immortal Desires, but that's a sequel. But after a while, there's a gender of choice new book that actually is intriguing, I would say. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you want for the next video, whether it's a ranking video or something, some analysis, or another book you want me to talk about. I hope you guys are staying safe. Meanwhile, continue reading Choices whenever you get time. It's not as best as lockdown days. We don't have much time, I know, but it's still like, stay safe and stay with Choices. Peace out.